All right, James, what do you think of having Kasra on the pod?
Dude, he's always a wealth of knowledge and sharing a lot. I'm sure there are many people that already follow him on Twitter and what he's been doing there. Now recently become the helpful content recovery guy that people go to. But yeah, we dive into a lot of stuff. I mean, the rank and rent stuff is pretty interesting for anyone who's into local. And then obviously the casino side too, kind of the behind the scenes that you don't get to know unless you're in the damn industry.
Nice, man. Yeah. It was fun chatting about casino affiliate. That's something I'm personally interested in.
Does that mean you're going to go into it? Are you going to go into it then after that chat?
I think so. I'm not sure yet. No, I'm not sure yet. You're kind of profiting off other people's like misfortunes, but it is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
We'll see. If the money is there, I guess hard to say no to, but we'll see. Undecided.
But luckily, we're going to give the listeners fortunes today with SERP and if you jump down the description and you check out the offer down there, essentially you can use code INDEXY for a heavily discounted extra backlink. So if you go in there, there's various packages within their services. For example, starter, silver, gold, platinum, diamond package. These are all traffic and DR based. But then what you do is you go to their niche edit add-ons and you add on a backlink that has niche relevant organic keywords. So it's ranking in the top 10 pages on Google. And then that one is basically heavily discounted to the point where it's free. So make sure you check that out down there. You can get those backlinks. It means that you're not just using metrics that are easily manipulated. I mean, I'm sure Jackie has manipulated DR and shit on various websites before. You know, he loves to do certain things like that. So make sure you're getting links that have traffic. I mean, Jackie's links that he got from SERP already are already pumping his pages, right?
Yeah, it's going well, man. Can't complain. Check it out. I think it's worth throwing some budget into. If it ranks, great. If it doesn't, dude, it's like $50 per link. What can you say about that, right? I think it's worth a try.
For sure.
But yeah.
So make sure you check that down. Use INDEXY as the discount code. It'll get you that extra backlink with traffic in your niche, ranking for keywords that you wanted to. So why not do that?
All right. Yeah. And give the pod a listen. Let us know if there's any other guests you wanted to have on. Cool. What's good, everyone? It's Jackie Chow.
And this is James DeLacy.
And you're listening to This Week in Digital Marketing. All right. Hey, man. Nice to meet you, Kasra. I don't think we've spoken before. But why don't you give the audience a quick intro of yourself? But I'm sure you're a familiar face in the SEO industry.
Yeah, so my name is Kasra Dash. Over 650, 700 digital assets, SaaS owner, agency owner, you name it, I'm probably in it, industry-wise and niche-wise. So yeah, a lot of moving parts. And also I've become the website recovery guru for some people as well. Some people hate me, some people absolutely love me. So it'll be an interesting one to see what the comments are saying.
Wait. Aren't you part owner into Autoblogging.ai now?
Yes, I am, yeah.
There you go, Jackie.
Yeah. How's working with Vibov? The guy's like fucking lazy as shit, right?
Do you know what? So it was the first SaaS that I've actually invested in. And every time you would message him, he's like, yeah, I'm implementing this, or I'm doing this piece of code, or I'm adding this. And it's like, dude, why are you adding something every day? And it's just like that's part of the SaaS game. If you don't keep it up to date, your competitors are going to smash you out of the park. So yeah, he's not lazy. he's always on it.
Yeah. No, he's I give him a hard time, but yeah, he's an odd fellow though. I'm glad you guys gave the site an uplift or like a facelift. It was like a disgusting website before. Probably one of the worst in the industry. But at least now it's like slightly better.
It's interesting you say that because it was still getting, like, you've probably seen the numbers yourself. Yeah. It was still getting customers. So for a product that was looking that bad of a website, to still acquire customers and retain the customers every month, it just goes to show you how good of an actual product it is. But yeah, I do agree. The website was shocking.
Yeah. Did you guys see an uplift from fixing it, or did you see a drop off because people were like, what the heck is this?
It's growing every month. It's growing every month. So that's the main thing that we care about, is actually making sure that the output is great, but then also growth month on month. So yeah.
Nice. So I was watching WP Eagle's live stream with you, and you were kind of discussing how you're into the rank and rent game. I guess that's the reason why you have so many assets, right? That's pretty much your whole playbook.
Yeah, definitely.
And you guys go after, like, what kind of population cities do you go after in this the rank and rent play typically?
We go after them all. I feel like that we just like blanket every town and city in the UK, or as much as we can. Like, one thing that we will try to do is we will like do a little bit of like digging. So we will go into, for example, a lot of people think plumbing is a good industry to go into, and it's actually probably not, just because you're going to get Sandra down the road that's got a leaky tap, and that leaky tap repair is only going to be like £20, right, or $25 or whatever. So you're not going to get that much of a kickback from actually giving that lead to a plumber. But emergency plumbing, where they've just had their entire roof collapse and there's like a massive leak in their house, those kinds of jobs, they're probably a lot more like money, like there's a lot more money in them. So we always try and find like neighboring niches, and we always try to like do a little bit of digging, because a lot of business owners you speak to, they're actually not as smart as what you think they are, because they're just trying to go after everything. It doesn't matter if it's a leaky tap, if it's a boiler replacement, or if it's a leak, right? So you kind of want to like sit down with the actual business owner that you're working with, that you're going to be doing the rank and rent with, and just saying like, hey, what's your profit margins on this service? What's your profit margins on this? What's your profit margins on this? And then once you know every single service that they provide, then building an exact match domain for that service. So we might build out like 25 websites for a plumber or for a dentist. Like, there's various industries that you can, or sub industries that you can get into that make way more money than just plumbing generally.
Got it. So are you getting most of the traffic from like local search, or are you more on the organic search side for these rank and rents?
Organic. So we've tried GMBs in the past. Unless like you can physically get it like a legit way. Like I've tried multiple people that can verify GMBs. I think the last time we done a bulk purchase of GMBs was about 2-3 years ago. And we bought 500 GMBs only to realize 6 months later they were all gone, wiped. So that was probably about 6 or 7 grand down the drain. But we moved forward. So now we mainly focus on actual organic visibility, but we probably still have about 150, 200 GMBs, but they've legit been acquired like in a natural way. So we've not like gamed the system or anything like that. I'm sure there's probably people that can provide like games, GMBs and stuff like that, and they probably do stick. But again, it's not a risk that I want to take. I'm always looking at how can I build an asset as opposed to how can I cut this corner. So I feel like that's super important as well when it comes to ranking rents.
Yeah. Dude, what I used to do was I actually just used to send postcards to the actual owners that we partnered up with in each city. And then they would just verify it, and we'd outrank their own local listing, and we'd like, it's kind of savage though, because we would pretty much cannibalize their existing, like area.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting that you use local search. I mean, sorry, organic, because the traffic there is a lot weaker compared to local, right? And
it depends like where like what cities and stuff like that. There's certain cities that you can go after, or certain towns in the UK that don't even have the free map pack at the top. So like if you can get your organic listing and rank it position 1, like you're creaming it month 2, month 3. Whereas the GMB, we find that it's a little bit more of a slower process. Obviously, like if you're doing like CTR manipulation, you need to like build it up slowly over time. So again, it just depends on your strategy. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. And I guess, and how do you attribute phone calls to the owners? Are you like listening to recordings, or are you selling them per call? How does it work? I guess because contact form fills are easier to attribute, right? You just sell
Yeah.
it to them at a certain
So
price.
we I get this asked quite a lot, and a lot of people say like, why don't you charge per lead? Because we just have a flat out monthly fee, right? And obviously we'll evaluate it. So if we were to sign up Jackie or James, and month one they got 15 leads, and then fast forward 6 months they're getting 150 leads, you're not going to be paying the same amount as you were 6 months ago, right? So we will evaluate it. We always have like a monthly, like unless it's something like finance where we actually have a call center and stuff like that, like we're for certain industries just monthly flat out fee. And the reason why we do that is because we found out that a lot of people or a lot of business owners get pissed off if you're charging them for dummy inquiries. Like, I don't know, a competitors went on your website, filled out the contact form to see what it's all about, and they filled it in with Mickey Mouse as the name. It's like, Jackie, you'd be pissed off if I charged you £50 for that lead, right? So
Yeah.
we just have a flat out fee for like, I'd probably say like 90% of our websites. When it comes to tracking calls, we have a call tracking software. It records, like, I think it's called ghost recording. So it first of all tells us how many seconds it took for the actual business owner to pick up, because we have strict KPIs. Whenever we're working with someone, we want all of our leads to essentially get worked, right? So if I send a call to Jackie, I'd want him to pick it up instantly. If not instantly, at least call it back, right? Then it also records the call, and then it also pings a notification on our Slack as well. So it can say like, Jackie has had, I don't know, 10 calls today. Overall, he's had 35 calls in the month. So everything's tracked.
Yeah, got it. And dude, have you realized like local business owners are terrible business owners? Like some of these, obviously you vet it well, but when I was working in the towing industry, these fuckers don't even pick up half the time. Like it's so frustrating. They're like the worst business owners ever.
We have like a vetting process for every business, and even after the vetting process, like you would probably find 80% of businesses that you send inquiries through to, they're just absolutely horrific at picking up calls, or just like, as a good salesman, you know that a sale comes after 3 or 4 touch points, right? It's not going to come after just one call. So you might need to do a follow-up, you might need to do a follow-up call, you might need to do a follow-up email, etc., etc. A lot of these guys don't even have that set up, right? But we have a strict like process in place where we'll go out and find, like, let's say 15 businesses. Let's say we want to get into law in New York, right? We might hit up 15 lawyers and say, hey, we've got this website. It's generating 25 inquiries a month. Are you interested in the leads? Out of the 20 people that you contact, probably 10 of them won't even reply to you. Out of the 10 that reply to you, probably 5 of them reply 2 weeks too late. So that's 15 of them already just out, right? Then out of the 5, you might get people that don't have a correct email footer set up. So again, if you're going into law, you'd want someone that's pretty professional, that has an email footer set up. They're fairly quick to actually reply. They've got like the picture on their emails. They're not just using @Gmail, because again, you're hiring a lawyer, right? So again, there's all these things that we actually take into consideration. And then even, let's say the 5 actually get approved to go onto the website to actually get leads from us, I'd probably say maybe 2 of them will actually be a success. Maybe not even 2, maybe even 1. So I've always said this, like, you can listen to any podcast that I've been on. Ranking the website's the easy part. Finding the actual client that's actually following up, that has an email set up, that has a genuine business, it's not a one-man band, that has a sales team, that's the hard part.
Yeah, it is. Fuck, dude. Honestly, I think if I think about it, the rank and rent is because like it's so much work for like how much can you get per city, like max, like your ceiling in like a small maybe 100 to 200k population city. Fuck, man, I've like for landscaping maybe max like 1 to 2k a month max if you rank in like a smaller town, like, and then you times that by, let's say you fill 100 cities. Yeah, great, but it's like it's 100k, a lot of money. I agree, but fuck, like managing all of them is such a nightmare, and then you have to keep up with them picking up calls, right?
I feel like it's very much down to the industry that you're in. Like we're in some industries that get nowhere near as many searches as you think. Like they would get maybe 200 searches a month, but that 200 searches would generate us like 10K. Again, it's down to the services. It's down to like what they're actually providing as a service. Like what I said before, like going into plumbing, leaky taps ain't going to make you a millionaire, or it's not going to break the bank, right? Or it's not going to be mobile number digits in your bank at the end of the month doing leaky taps. But if they're doing like a kitchen renovation or a bathroom renovation and they have 3 or 4 vans on the on the roads, then you can very quickly build that out. Like we've had, I'll give you an example. We've worked with companies before. One of them, when I very first started working with them, she had 2 members of staff. Now she has got 12 members of staff based off of the leads that I've been providing her. And it's like, I believe she's probably renting out 12 websites from us now. There's another scenario where they had 1 van when we first started working with them. This was like 6 years ago now. Now they have got 25 vans. And again, like it's like you say this, it's how many people can you get on the website? If it's 100,000, 200,000 people, it's not even down to that. If they can scale out their workforce very quickly, like you can scale out a website. And so, some of the websites now, like I'm looking at like some of the affiliate site guys, like they're earning like, I don't know, 6-7 grand a month. I've got local ranking rents that earn more than that. They earn double, triple that. So again, it's very much down to like the services and who you're going after. And again, it's like, is the business owner savvy? Do they want to actually grow the business? If they don't want to grow the business, then you're going to have some struggles growing past 1-2K, like what you said.
Yeah, gotcha. And what's the process like? Because you mentioned the blanket, so I guess you go out and rank for a bunch of cities in a bunch of like proven out industries that you guys worked in the past, and after that, you just reach out to local service providers. Like you have a sales team going through and calling them, or is it cold email, or is it however the salesperson can get in touch?
Cold email, I feel like works. Cold calling also works as well. Like we have a very, very, very different approach to a lot of lead generation guys. Like we will rank the website with no cost involved to you. So it's like, it's a no-brainer really. Like unless you're like a really dumb business guy or you don't want to grow your business, you're probably not going to take that offer. Whereas when we hit them up, they're like, oh, yeah, that sounds great. But then obviously you need to figure out if they're actually good. So that's where the vetting process and stuff like that kicks in. But the actual strategy itself it's not really like a special strategy. Like just try and hit them up in as many places, call them, figure out like what they're actually doing. If you can find somebody that's already advertising, if they're doing PPC or whatever already, they understand that they need to advertise their business, right? So they understand the importance of marketing. Those are always like an easier sell to them. Again, we're not selling anything. I feel like it's always a freebie to them. So it's always a no-brainer, really.
Okay, gotcha. And do you typically? I see you guys are probably creating like one site per city with like something you mentioned exact match. Have you ever considered just creating like one site per niche? I don't know, like findlawyers.com or .co.uk, and then like scaling that shit up, becoming the Yelp for, I don't know, law, and then exiting that for something crazy, or I don't know, even partnering up with a law firm and take equity, you know?
So that's one thing that we actually do. Like we will have like directory style websites and stuff, where we do exactly what you said, or potentially like you're going out to like 10 different lawyers in New York. You can essentially say, hey, I'll place you number one on my website. I'll charge you, I don't know, $500 a month or whatever the case is, right? So we do that. But again, we don't like selling our ranking rents, mainly because like, as you know, like the ROI on a ranking rent as opposed to property, it's so much more. Like what are you going to do? Take out the money and go and invest it into property? Okay, it might be a little bit more stable, but again, like you build up all of these assets. I'm always just talking about MRR. So like, how can we increase the MRR of the business? How can we increase the MRR of everyone? So we're never really looking to sell the ranking rents with the affiliate side of stuff. We'll probably sell one or two of them. But yeah, it's very much down to like how can we scale MRR. And then one thing that you mentioned, which is quite interesting because we already do this, is if, say, for example, we build out a rank and rent agency or a rank and rent website for lawyers, we will eventually get shares or equity in that law firm that we're sending the leads through to. Because a lot of the times business owners come to us after like 3 or 4 years and they say, hey, Kaz, you've built me this great website, but I genuinely can't sleep at night. Like, what happens if you were to just switch us off and send the leads through to like one of our competitors? Now, we would never do that, right? But just ease of mind, they will essentially, in some cases, give us 20%, 25, 30% of their business for like a massively discounted rate. But then obviously we just need to work on the market and the digital marketing side of stuff. So it works out really well.
Nice. And how does that structure work? Do you guys just get dividends paid out to your agency at the end of every month, or is it how does that work exactly? So let's say you take 20% of $1 million a year law firm, like EBITDA wise. Are they kicking out 20% every month, or yeah?
Yeah, so it'll be something along those lines. So like we'll either get dividends paid out to our agency, or if it's like a lump sum and there's a better tax efficient way of doing it, like if we can set up a company in Dubai and send it over there, we will do. That's one thing that we are actually planning on doing next year, is setting up a company in Dubai, making sure that we pay the least amount of taxes as possible. We're obviously looking into we're looking into it a little bit more, but that's one thing that we're currently in the process of doing for next year's investments.
Nice.
What's required to set up a company in Dubai? Do you have to be there at all?
I don't think there's that much. I feel like that you can just do it, but again, it depends on like the amount of days and stuff like that. Jack, you might know a little bit more on this.
Yeah. Setting up a company doesn't matter, actually. I think if you want your residency in Dubai, it's just 1 day a year. Right. It's not that bad. But then that pretty much means you can't stay more than 6 months anywhere else. But if you're like younger like us and have no kids, unlike James, you can do that, you know. Yeah. But interesting.
Right? I've not fully looked into it, but I just know that there's like you can set up the company, but again, the residency side of stuff. Again, I wouldn't mind moving out to Dubai. So I guess it works out.
So, are you based in the UK right now?
Yeah, Manchester.
Oh, nice. Okay. And do you have like niche sites? Do you have any sites in like the affiliate side, or are you more of like the rank and rent? I can see why rank and rent. Honestly, when I did it, it was just so much easier to make the first, I don't know, 10 to 20K compared to niche sites. That shit takes forever. I can see why you're focusing on that. But do you have anything on the affiliate side?
Yeah, so I rank in gambling as well. So probably the hardest industry that you can probably go after, excluding porn. Like we've got a few sites in porn and stuff. But yeah, gambling affiliate, that's probably the go-to affiliate that I do. And it's mainly because, first of all, it's like a lot of people say, why don't you just do an Amazon affiliate site? I feel like Amazon affiliate is just so much easier. I just wouldn't be challenged. I want to wake up to something where I feel like I'm getting challenged every day. In gambling affiliate and porn and all these other industries that we're in, like even finance as well. Like we do a lot in finance. All of these industries are super difficult, and I feel like that's where all the challenge is. And one thing that people don't understand is when we figure something out on the gambling affiliate side of stuff, we can roll it out to all of our location sites, all of our rank and rent sites, and that literally affects our bottom line. So, for example, a few years back, we were testing out the FAQ stuff, and we saw like, I don't know, it was like 25% organic boost just by adding in the FAQ schema. We rolled that out to all of our location sites, all of our rank and rents. And again, it just affects our bottom line. So what we do, which is kind of weird to say this, is we test on the affiliate side of stuff, and then we roll out to the rank and rents.
Yeah, it's a smart idea. I do that with my I have like churn and burn sites, and then I roll it out to like my money sites and as well as client sites afterwards. that way you always know like up to date tactics. Otherwise, I always say like, dude, if you're not penalized, you're not pushing hard enough, man. So I get slapped all the time with my own sites, all the time. Like, yeah, I'm a firm believer in that. Okay, gambling is good. They pay out a percentage, right, of winnings typically. At least that's when I did.
Yeah, so this is where it gets really messed up for gambling, right? So people think, oh, you're in gambling affiliate, you're probably creaming it in, right? So one thing that people don't understand about gambling is if I send Jackie to Bet365 or William Hill or whatever, right, and he goes and wins a load of money, that winning, the percentage gets taken out of my affiliate account. So if he goes and wins 10K and we're on 25%, we're going to be down minus 2.5K. Yeah. So,
fuck, I didn't know that.
And like we had like we thought we were going to have a really good month. I think this was like last year or something. Where I think it was like the 11th, and we were probably going to on track to make about 120 to 150, right? And then like on day 10 or something, somebody went and won like 60K on slots. And like our affiliate account went to like minus like, I don't know, like 15,000, something ridiculous. And we're like, what's just happened there? So yeah, in some cases you have the big winners, the high rollers and stuff. But again, it's part of the fun, I guess.
Yeah. Well, house always wins, I think, in gambling. So that guy who won the 60K will probably lose a lot more in their lifetime. So it's a fun industry to be in.
Yeah.
Have you guys considered like launching shit in the high risk industry? Like, I don't know, like a crypto casino. It's pretty illegal, I think, in the UK.
No.
But
so the reason, like, we've obviously considered it in the past, but because we're with a lot of white label or white hat gambling guys, like they would just boot off. So if we were to go and set up a gambling casino called JackieChow.com that only accepts Bitcoin, Bet365 would be on our case, William Hill would be on our case, so they would just shut our affiliate accounts down. Again, you could set up like a niche website for that, but again, it's like one thing that we don't like is there's no security at all. Like if we were to go and send a load of guys to a Bitcoin casino that only accepts Bitcoin, that works out of Transylvania and Romania, that nobody knows the owner of, they could literally just they could just be gone in 72 hours with all of our affiliate commissions. So
do they always pay out, these casinos? I think I've read stories of casinos potentially not paying out things, man. And
so
I've had a couple cases with crypto casinos, so that's why I'm asking. Yeah, fuck these guys.
Pay out. They definitely do pay out. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here right now, right? But they make it very difficult to pay out. And again, if you're not savvy enough with the commissions that you're getting and with other brands that you're working with, they will try and like mess you over, right? So one thing that I can always recommend to anyone that wants to get into gambling is, first of all, don't. Second of all, if you still want to, try and like diversify all of your affiliates. Don't just send all your traffic to one brand, because they will try and mess you over if you're like the main traffic source for that one brand.
Yeah, that's smart. Man, have you ever encountered these affiliate networks like scrubbing your sales? Dude, I've had like a couple friends who own brands, and they're like, yeah, it's common practice to scrub like 30-40% off your affiliates' earnings. So they just erase it. It's even built into some softwares, like the one that, for example, the one FanFuel uses. It's built in. Like you have an option to scrub. Yeah, Everflow has an option to scrub like 30 or 40% of like affiliate earnings if you want. They say they don't, so I don't know. But you know, it's there.
I mean, it makes sense. There's been brands, so like we do, like I feel like one thing that's not spoke about in affiliate is actually split testing where you're sending your traffic through to, right? So like for example, if we have one page that's talking about the best casinos, and offer number 1 is Bet365, and you send the traffic through to Bet365, and their landing page isn't talking about casinos, it's talking about, I don't know, football betting. The conversion rate on their side actually goes down. So you could be sending 100 people a day to that page, and only 2 people could be signing up. But if Bet365 set up a casino branded landing page that you're sending the traffic to, you might be able to convert 60 people every day. So one thing that we've actually done in the past, and it's interesting you say this, where affiliates do scrub out affiliate commissions, is we have split tested like separate brands, separate landing pages, and there was probably like three or four different brands where we sent them like 12,000 hits in a month, and they didn't pay out a single commission. So we knew for a fact that they have had at least one conversion, and they weren't paying us out. So we just completely stripped them off the website, stopped promoting them on like the tables and stuff like that. And we just replaced it with a brand that we thought was previously bad. But as soon as we started split testing their landing page, we were like, all right, okay, let's actually bump these guys up, because they are, first of all, they do have SMS remarketing, they do have email remarketing. They will, in some cases, some of them will WhatsApp message you, so that you're always in the funnel. It's always about trying to, like, when it comes to gambling, it's a completely different beast when it comes to Amazon affiliate and when it comes to gambling. With gambling, you need to always be split testing. You need to be seeing how many clicks did I send to this landing page. Okay, I sent 100. Why haven't any of these people converted? You click on the landing page is a 404, and you're like, ah, right, okay, that's probably why. So yeah.
Yeah, I think not enough affiliates, they don't split test any offers. In fact, I've been like tracking my competitors. None of them do it. So we're in the health niche, and dude, it's pretty surprising actually. So a lot of affiliates like to bash on Amazon affiliates, but so we measure by revenue per click, as like a lot of health affiliates do. And dude, Amazon affiliate revenue per click is pretty up there. It's like $2 something for me, because I have like a custom rate, but FanFuel is like just above that, like 5% above that. So I'm like, we'll probably try to test more Amazon offers in the future, but yeah, I don't think enough affiliates freaking test their offers. I think they're just too lazy.
What are you using to test? Is it just Lasso that you're using to split test?
No,
I don't.
So we were using the good old GA, Google Analytics, and we had
Google Optimize?
all of our buttons were tracked and stuff. So we would see like, right, okay, we've sent 150, or well, it would give us like a top-down view. So you could see, okay, we've sent 60,000 clicks to Bet365. And then you could do a little bit more digging and say, right, okay, we've sent 3,500 from this page here. So everything was like really granular setup. We're now in the process of transitioning to GA4. I haven't had any training on it as of yet. I don't know if any of you guys are big into GA4, but
I haven't logged in yet. I haven't logged in.
Well then. I feel like as of last week, like literally it took us about 6 weeks to transition from the classic Google Analytics to the new one. It took us 6 weeks, and we've had to hire like a developer to actually do it and stuff. But I feel like as of last week, we've finally cracked it, and we're like, right, okay, it's back to what we're used to now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And what would you say your personal, take home revenue split is right now between like Rank and Rent and affiliate? Because I know you have a lot of partnerships, right? Like I think you do a lot with James, right? James Dooley.
Yeah.
You do a lot of shit with him. So what's like the split personally for you? Like the in your pocket type of thing? Is it mostly Rank and Rent still?
Do you know what? I'd probably say it's a split between all three of them. So obviously I've got like the agency side of stuff, and that's not the Rank and Rent agency. That's like the link building and content agency, and obviously we do the disavows and stuff. So I'd probably say that's probably a good 40%. I'd then say another 40% is probably the Rank and Rents, and the 20% is probably the gambling affiliate sites and the finance side of stuff. But the only reason why that's lower, like that could completely wipe the floor for the other two. But the only reason why that's lower is we're always just reinvesting. Like if you look at any one of our websites, like you'll see the growth on them. So yeah, we're always looking to reinvest onto the gambling affiliates and then potentially flip in maybe 6 or 7 months time.
Nice. I think the market for high risk industries are super, like the multiples kind of suck. At least that's back when I was looking at it. We were doing like casinos in Canada. It was pretty bad. Like no one was buying.
It depends who you sell to. So if you can find a media company that's already got 6 or 7 gambling affiliate sites, you can get really good money. But if you're just selling to the average Joe that's got 4 or 5 Amazon affiliate sites, he's got a few ranking rents, he's got a few, like nothing actually already in the industry, then yeah, you're going to get sucky rates. Like one thing that we've done is we found a media buying company that also owns a casino. So whenever they purchase a company or whenever they purchase an affiliate site, guess what they do? They stick their casino right at the top of all the tables. So it makes sense for them to buy out at a higher rate.
Gotcha. Man, this industry is pretty damn lucrative. I've been looking into it heavily lately with like my own partnerships. I don't know if you guys do that, by the way. I've been telling everyone to do it. James is getting into it, but like we partner up with like super large companies. So like think like top 200 in the world, and then just build out an affiliate side from them. And then you just like agree in beforehand like what you're allowed to write about and what you're not allowed to write about. And one company gave me the okay to do like gambling, so I've been like really looking into this. But man, I'm not sure I want to open that can of worms just yet, though. That shit's pretty crazy.
You know what? So obviously, when we were speaking about the ranking rents, I was saying like actually finding the business owners the hardest part. The hardest part when it comes to gambling, right, isn't the ranking part. It's making sure that the offers are up to date. Because if you've got, I don't know, 250 different casinos and slot sites and sports betting sites, if one of their affiliate managers messages you saying, hey, Jackie, you need to update this offer, you need to update this T's and C's, and you have 24 hours to do it, and times that by 300 different brands, like you need somebody full time just making sure that everything's up to date from a T's and C's point of view, because otherwise they'll just shut your account down. So
damn, really?
Yeah.
Have you so right now I'm in a weird predicament is when you look at casino offers, how do you decide between like the well-known ones, like for example Stake, versus like a fucking like one that you've never heard of but they pay out so well? Because there's like a middle ground, right? There's ones, because Stake obviously will convert way better than, I don't know, fucking Bitcoin Casino 24/7.de or some shit, you know? So how do you make these decisions? Obviously test, but
in the UK, I like when you're talking about Stake and stuff like that, I don't feel like they have that much of a personal brand, or I don't feel like they've broke into the UK market, right? So one thing that we always try to do is Bet365. Everybody's heard of them, right? I probably would say like 75% of the gambling or of the UK gambling population probably has an account with Bet365. Should you have them on the page? Probably, because they're a big entity when it comes to sports betting, right? But then if you can try and find like some other sports betting brands where maybe they're not as known, but they have a good back-end system. So they do have the SMS remarketing. So whenever, I don't know, Arsenal are playing, they'll text you saying, hey, Jackie, it's 4-1 odds, Arsenal versus Man United. Do you want to place a bet? Guys like that, they'll make you decent money. So we always try and find like the guys that have like a good back-end system. And we're always like, right, okay, these guys have a good back-end system. They have a good landing page. The affiliate managers aren't trying to mess us over. They have a lot of green ticks in their boxes, right? So we will try and push those guys. And it comes down to like how well communicated you are with the actual affiliate managers. Again, like as an Amazon affiliate guy, you probably like this is all going over your head, right? But if you want to break into gambling, you need to make sure that like, first of all, you've got good relations with all your affiliate managers, because it's not just one affiliate link that you place on your website and it plasters it through all of your, I don't know, gaming chairs or gaming desks, right? So you might be speaking to like, I don't know, 25, 30 different affiliate managers, And very quickly, you will be able to figure out which ones are the good guys and which ones are just trying to mess you over, or they don't have a good landing page, or they're just in it to make a quick buck and then just close down your affiliate account. Because there's a lot of guys that will do that in gambling.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think you're right. Finding the right offer is fucking crazy as well. Especially since like, God, I don't know if you've worked in like the pharma niche. It's also a shit show. It's all these like high risk ones are absolutely nuts. Nice. And let's say in like a couple years we speak again. Where are you like most bullish on right now? Are you still bullish on Rank and Rent? Or are you bullish on, I don't know, building out your agency, or like what are you thinking in a couple years?
I actually mentioned this on one of your tweets. As I said, just try and be diverse as you can. Like, again, something that I don't speak about as often is like I've invested in a manufacturing company that is literally in the UK, and just try and be diverse. Like, I don't want to just say, oh yeah, I'm going to go all in on affiliate, or I'm going to go all in on Rank and Rents, or I'm going to go all in on the agency side of stuff, because I probably won't. Like, in 5 years' time, if you were to speak to me, I've probably got more businesses under my name. So just trying to grow the actual MRR and not just in one vertical, as many verticals as I can. SaaS, SEO, PPC, everything.
Yeah. Definitely got to diversify. James, you hear that? Dude, this guy is like all in niche sites.
I'm in there.
Hey, do you know what? James is one of the ones that didn't get hit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, both my sites. One of them's on the upward trajectory now. So instead of being stagnant, so it's going.
Because you've got good EEAT. That's exactly. One thing that a lot of people don't believe in. Which, yeah, I've had a few
I don't
rounds.
Know who doesn't believe in having some kind of.
Go on, Jackie. What's your opinions on it? Come on, let's have a debate.
I mean, yeah, I think it's to an extent. Some of these partnerships that I'm striking right now, they don't even have like, you wouldn't know who the author is because it's OpenAI. But and if you see the articles I'm putting out right now on some of these partnerships, you'd be like, the fuck is this? There's no author, but it's just a very strong domain because it's the top 200 site in the world, right? Like, it's bound to rank. Maybe I'm on on borrowed time, but I guess we'll see in a couple months. As long as I capture Q4, I think we're golden. We'll be okay. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah,
because like, do you think Forbes has solid EEAT? I've checked some of the reporters under the advisor. Like, dude, they're just like random editors.
So one thing, I don't know if you've seen the podcast with Gail Brayton and the guy that used to work at Forbes. I think it's called Sean Hill. Yeah, Sean Hill. Mm-hmm. So one thing that's super important that a lot of people give Forbes a lot of flack for is that the affiliate deals don't actually get told, or the SEOs don't know about the affiliate deals, right? And the editors don't know about the affiliate deals. So when they're actually writing an article to do with like TVs or whatever they're writing an article on, they will genuinely probably get it right, where it's like, all right, the Dell monitor is the #1 monitor because it's got all these different features. The LG monitor is second best because it's got all these features. They're not just plastering whoever's given them the most affiliate at #1. So if it was LG, okay, yeah, LG is #1. Dell gives me 25%, but Samsung over here gives me 35%. I'm going to stick them #2 and Dell #3. So it's like they're doing a lot of things right. I feel like they get a lot of flack, but again, like, if you actually do a little bit of digging, their EEAT is probably better than, I'd probably say 90% or 95% of the websites that I've been shown that have been hit over the past week or so. So like, I'm getting websites and it's like, yeah, you deserve to be hit. Who's this offer? Sarah Jane. That's a persona from This Person Doesn't Exist. Like, what are you doing here? Like, if I genuinely read an article, or if I genuinely read an article on your website and it was non-factual, and I wanted to contact you saying, hey, by the way, you've got a typo in your H1, right? Who do I contact? Because Sarah Jane ain't a real person. And then some people will have the audacity to come back to me and say, no, but that's EEAT. I've got an offer box, I've got an about page, I've got this, I've got that. And it's like, no. What other websites are mentioning Sarah Jane? Because right now, Sarah Jane, there's probably 10 million Sarah Janes. right? You want to come across as an actual trusted entity to do with gardening or travel or wherever your focus is on that website. They need to be an expert. And again, I don't want to sound too white hat because everything that I've just mentioned can be gamed. It's very easy to game everything.
Yeah.
That's like Jackie's the farmer. Jackie's also the interior designer.
Yeah. I mean, bro, if you just Google my name, you'll see my sites that have not been hit, and they're ridiculous, dude. I'm an interior designer. I'm a farmer. I'm a doctor. I'm a friggin' dude. I'm everything, man. I'm jack of all trades out here. So I don't know. Maybe it's just my name is plastered everywhere. So that's the EEAT, and we're just scamming Google here. But yeah, I think it's to an extent. I think if your site is strong enough, Google might be able to ignore it. And most of the niche site community, like their sites are weak as fuck. Like if we're speaking on DR, they're like all well under 60. You know,
one thing that I'll mention right now is that you have good EEAT. You're mentioned on Crunchbase, you're mentioned on Vetted, you're mentioned on Entrepreneur. A lot of these niche website guys, it's literally just Sarah Jane on a website, and it's like, Sarah Jane's a nobody. So again, like you do have strong EEAT. So does James. James actually has a knowledge panel. If you Google my name, Kasra Dash, you'll see that I've got a knowledge panel. So again, I have a theory, and I want people to actually come back to me and prove me wrong. I haven't seen a website that has a knowledge panel for their offers and contributors and stuff that's been hit. Again, please prove me wrong. I actually do want to be proven wrong, because I've not seen a single website with that. And again, it just goes back to like building a trusted brand, but not just that, but also building trusted offers behind the brand. So again, Jackie Chow, if you went and set up a website tomorrow talking about making money online in digital marketing, you're probably going to do really well because you've already got a strong foundation.
Yeah. I mean, the partnerships we are using, like the co-founder or the founder's name in a lot of places. We can argue this. But I think at the end of the day, I feel like if your site isn't strong enough, you'll need EEAT. If it's like super fucking strong, like if, for example, if I went out tomorrow and took Wall Street Journal and created like an affiliate site on that, I don't even think the author matters on the Wall Street Journal. If I created wallstreetjournal.com/guides, it doesn't even matter who writes this. I could put James DeLacy and this guy could be freaking like an architect and it'll be okay. So I think EEAT matters for most people. But I think if your site is strong enough, you're able to ignore that.
If it's strong enough, right? It's got enough links showing the trust and the authoritativeness, so that can outweigh it.
Like EEAT is literally just all down to links. At the end of the day, like I know I'm sugarcoating it, saying, oh, how many times has your brand been mentioned? How many times has your offer been mentioned? But like Wall Street Journal, Forbes, etc., they have strong EEAT to begin with. So if you were to go and, I don't know, start writing about insurance or whatever on Wall Street Journal, you're probably going to do really well, even if you don't mention any offers and stuff like that. It's not the offers on the actual page. It's everything that's surrounding the website, which everyone forgets about. Like, again, there's a few YouTubers, which I won't mention, but their SEO strategy is absolutely tanked, right? And their whole strategy was to do with content and answering the snippet, but they didn't build any links. And it's probably like, again, like, it's all down to like the links and the trust and where the links are coming from. Are they trusted links? Where the links are in the link graph? Like it's a massive factor.
Yeah, I agree, actually. And the niche site community is getting clapped pretty hard right now. I think the niche site community hates building links. So
can I just stop you for 1 second, right?
Yeah.
It's not the niche site community, guys. It's just that SEO strategy has been hit. Like, I don't think John Mueller sat around the table with all the Google developers and said, right, we're going to hit niche website, guys. It's literally just a category of websites that we've come up with. We've coined this category, right? Because before, like, I don't know about yourself, Jackie, but I'm fairly new to Twitter, right? And before I entered the Twitter SEO space, I didn't know what a niche website was. I like a niche website to me now is just like
affiliate site,
a website. Like what is actually a niche website? That's what I want to know, because a lot of my websites could be considered niche websites. I'm doing gambling affiliate. Is that a niche website? I'm doing a website on running shoes. Is
I
that
guess
a
they
niche
would say
So every single website is a niche website, I guess. So
yeah, pretty much it. But I think that they just carved it out and then identify as a niche website. I don't know. I'm also pretty new to this niche website game. I just started Twitter like 2 years ago, a year or two ago, man. Dude, this shit's all new to me. People love to complain, and I'm just here for it, man. It's always the people making fucking $3K a month complaining as well. It's good times.
I recently go like I'll be browsing through like my Twitter and stuff, and I'll see somebody that's been mentioned, and it's like, oh, it's a really great post by XYZ account, and I'll click on the account, right, and the bio just says niche website, or the @ handles niche website, and I'll just be blocked. I'm like, oh, right, okay, this guy doesn't like me.
Yeah, I get that sometimes, but I don't know why they do that. Like, do you say like offensive things, or I don't know? I've never seen anything
like
offensive come out of.
I feel like
He
we
attacks
probably
everyone.
Oh.
So I'll deliver a message in a certain way that can definitely be said nicer, but I'll say it in a very controversial way, which I will know gets eyeballs on that tweet. And the only reason why I'm saying it is because, first of all, it's funny to see people getting pissed off. Second of all, it's the truth, and sometimes people need to hear the truth, right? So if I go on a tweet and I'm saying, ha ha ha, niche website guys have been hit, but what you should do to recover your website is this. They'll only see the first sentence and they'll be like, block this guy. I don't like him.
Really? Man,
Yeah.
it's some soft people out there. I don't know about that one. But nice, man. Are you going to any events this year? Are you going to Chiang Mai? Are you going to
speaking at
like,
Chiang
Ho Chi
Mai?
Minh? Yeah.
Speaking at Chiang
Saigon?
Mai, and then I'm speaking at Saigon as well.
Nice, we'll meet there.
Yeah, and then SEO Estonia 2024 as well. The dates, I believe, are in June, early June. So again, I'll probably be speaking at there as well. And Affiliate Gathering as well, where all the niche site guys that are there, they'll probably end up killing me or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
you guys shanked a
that'll be
couple times. Is that in York?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Nice, beautiful city. Nice one. All right, yeah. Then I'll definitely we should grab a coffee or something while I'm in town. And where can people find you? Where do you want to push people?
KasraDash.com. KasraDash.com. You'll find my Twitter, which is probably the most controversial SEO Twitter that you will find. You'll find my YouTube, where I am currently doing a step-by-step video series breaking down everything you need to do to recover a website. And yeah, again, you can book consultancy with me if you want, if you can handle me for an hour. I might be a little bit controversial, but again, it's what sells.
Cool, man. Well, really great to meet you, and thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Cheers, Kasra.
Cheers, James.